Eva and I had been together for 3 years, and to everyone who knew us, we appeared to be the perfect couple. Friends often said how lucky we were, and for a long time, I believed it. She was everything I ever hoped for: intelligent, beautiful, full of energy and dreams. Together, we painted pictures of the future: marriage, children, growing old hand in hand. I truly thought I had found the one. But life, as it often does, had its own cruel timing. It was a quiet Friday evening. I had finished work earlier than usual and thought I'd surprise her. I picked up her favorite sushi, along with a bottle of the wine she loved the most. With both of us tangled in our busy routines lately, I felt that a peaceful night together might rekindle our connection. When I pulled into the driveway of the apartment we shared, I noticed her car was already parked. But something felt off. The place was too still, too quiet. The kind of silence that doesn't feel peaceful, it feels wrong. I entered, balancing the takeout and wine in my arms, and called out her name. No answer. I set everything down on the kitchen counter and immediately noticed small details: her shoes by the door, the ones she usually wore when going out, and her purse casually tossed on the couch. She was definitely home. Then I heard it. A soft, unfamiliar laugh echoed from the bedroom. My chest tightened. Heart pounding, I stepped lightly toward the hallway. Another voice followed, deeper. A man's. My blood turned to ice. I nudged the bedroom door open just enough to see inside. There she was, in our bed, with someone else. I didn't move. I couldn't. My entire body was paralyzed, my mind racing to catch up with what my eyes had just seen. I wanted to storm in, to scream, to demand an explanation. But I didn't. Instead, I quietly stepped back, gently closed the door, and walked into the living room. I sat there in silence. The weight of betrayal crushed my chest like a boulder. Minutes passed. Then, I heard her behind me. "Oh, you're home," she said, as if nothing had happened. Her tone was casual. She stood in the doorway, wrapped in a robe, her hair tousled, no trace of guilt on her face, only mild annoyance. "We need to talk," I said, my voice calm despite the chaos screaming inside me. She leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed, expression cool and defensive. "About what?" I motioned toward the bedroom. "About what I just saw." She sighed, dramatically, and rolled her eyes, as if I were overreacting. "It's my body," she said flatly. "I can sleep with whoever I want until we're married. I'm not bound to anyone." Her words hit like a gut punch. I stared at her, hoping, desperately, for a flicker of remorse, a sign that she didn't mean it. But there was nothing, just indifference. Cold and sharp. "You're serious?" I asked, barely able to form the words. "Dead serious," she said. "You're overreacting. We're not married. I don't owe you anything. I can do what I want." I sat there, stunned, hollow. This was the woman I had imagined building a life with, the woman I had trusted with my heart. And now she was dismissing everything we shared as if it were meaningless. "You're the one who kept bringing up marriage," I said quietly. "You were the one pushing for it. But how can I marry someone who sees no problem in betraying me?" She shrugged, like it was all so simple. "Marriage changes everything. This wouldn't have happened if we were married." Her logic twisted painfully in my head. Did she truly believe that a ceremony and a ring would magically create loyalty? That a legal document would somehow teach her respect? I stood up, grabbed my keys, and met her gaze. "I can't do this anymore. I deserve better." For the first time, her face changed. She didn't expect me to leave. Not really. "Wait," she said, her voice softening. "You're really throwing all this away over one mistake?" "One mistake," I repeated, shaking my head slowly. "A mistake is something you regret. You don't regret this. You meant it." She had no reply. She just stood there, silent, as I walked past her, out the door, and into the night. As I drove away, something unexpected happened. An odd calm settled over me. Yes, I was angry. Yes, I was heartbroken. But above all, I felt free. free from the lies, from the slow decay of my trust, from the illusion I had clung to. I never looked back. I let her keep the apartment. I blocked her number. I started fresh. The weeks that followed were hard. I questioned myself often, wondered if I had overreacted, wondered if I'd regret leaving. But deep down, I knew the truth. I had finally chosen myself. Months later, mutual friends told me she still expected me to return, that she was convinced I would change my mind. But what she never understood was that by walking away, I had already changed. I found my strength in leaving, in refusing to settle for anything less than honesty, loyalty, and love. Leaving her wasn't the end. It was the beginning. And if I had to choose again, I would make the same choice, every single time.